swear. I swear, Suzaku, so help me. I will one day obliterate Britannia!
Code Geass is a work of art that is often referred to by many as their favorite anime. I am no exception to this. It truly is one of the most compelling stories that I've ever had the privilege of witnessing. The many dark themes of revenge, rebellion, revolution, and even identity crisis all play a part in making this show absolutely incredible. For me though, it's not just the themes that make me appreciate it. No, for me, it's in the protagonist. Picture this. Your country is completely taken over by another. In an atrocious act of imperialism, Britannia invades and conquers Japan. They commit countless acts of genocide and oppression against the Japanese people, all while you sit there, helpless. Britannia holds much more power and military force, leaving you and everybody else unable to do anything. But suddenly, a miracle happens. You are given the chance to finally reign superior against this military force. You are given the choice to harness an incredible power in exchange for your future, your morality, and your chance at a normal life. The power of the king will condemn you to a life of solitude. Will you take it? Well, in the case of the protagonist of Code Geass, he absolutely takes this opportunity. Lelouch Lamperouge, also known as Lelouch Vi Britannia, is a man of great intellect. He once was a prince of Britannia, until the day he tragically lost everything he held dear to him, other than his one and only sister. He is forced to isolate himself and his dear sister and lead a fake life as a Britannian student in Area 11, which was formerly known as Japan. One day, he is given the power of the Geass by a peculiar woman named C2, and with this gift, he finally gets to achieve his full potential and pursue his revenge on the forces of Britannia of which he despises. With this power that can control others and make them obey any command, Lelouch uses his intelligence and the Geass as a deadly combination to start overthrowing his enemies. He begins to form allies and uses them to his advantage, all with one goal in mind, to finally free Japan and give his sister a chance at a happy life. However, although Lelouch is a strategic mastermind, he often finds himself in situations where he underestimates his opponents due to his own arrogance and cockiness. Throughout the course of Code Geass, he finds many enemies that challenge his brilliance and sometimes result in his own failure. Even when he reigns victorious, he sometimes ends up suffering from very significant and personal losses. Although he may be a genius, Lelouch is not impervious to the psychological weight of the power he has. Code Geass isn't only about rebellion and political challenges, but is also a tragic tale of personal and internal conflict. Lelouch's desire for revenge against the Britannian Empire, specifically for the day his mother was killed and his sister was severely injured right before his eyes, is fueled completely by his own emotions and motivations. But, as the anime continues, the power of the Geass slowly begins to consume him, which has him hanging on an edge, balancing on a line between hero and villain. The most tragic aspect of Lelouch's character is the way he slowly loses grip of his own morals. He is willing to go so far as to sacrifice the people closest to him in order to achieve his ultimate goal. He manipulates his allies and uses them like pawns on a chessboard. I believe that this coldness stems from the isolation he feels from the power of the Geass. But one of the biggest weaknesses that Lelouch faces is his own identity crisis. He begins to lose himself in the Mask of Zero, a symbol of hate and fear, and is always having an internal battle with himself and what's right. He is a man with two identities. Perhaps the greatest dynamic of Code Geass, though, is that of Lelouch and his childhood friend Suzaku Kururugi. It's very interesting because Suzaku represents everything Lelouch fights against. He is a servant of the corrupt political system and upholds his duty as a Britannian soldier no matter what. It's truly upsetting to watch their friendship turn to rivalry because of their opposing ideals. Both of these characters want to achieve peace, but Suzaku wants to change the system from the inside, whereas Lelouch believes the only way forward is to rid the world completely of this system. Their relationship evolves as they both continue to challenge each other over the course of the series. This relationship is genuinely one of the strongest roots of this story, and it's such an emotional experience. Lelouch's journey is ultimately a devastating one, because he is forced to bear the burden of leadership and sacrifice. His rebellion is not just about overcoming the corruption. It is about taking responsibility for millions of people that are being oppressed, many of whom are unaware of the ultimate plan Lelouch is conjuring up. Lelouch's decision to become the representation of hatred, the masked figure known as Zero, is his own twisted attempt to unite the world against him. In doing so, he hopes to inspire the necessary change, but at the cost of becoming an outcast, despised and hunted by all. In the end, Lelouch chooses to sacrifice himself while burdened by all of the anger and fear of the world. This finally creates a new opportunity, a new chance at a world free of the abuse of power and overwhelming military forces. His ideal world is for everybody to be equal and live freely, including his sister, in which he was able to finally achieve. Not only did he defeat his enemies, but he was able to unite them with his allies too. Even though Lelouch had to sacrifice many of his own, betray his friends and sister, and forfeit his own morals, at last his goal was reached. This analysis hardly even scratches the surface of the complications and challenges that the characters face in Code Geass. If for some reason you haven't watched this masterpiece, I seriously urge you to give it a try. It will change your life. That's about all I have to say for this video. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and if you enjoyed, please leave a like or subscribe.
Yes.
Until next time.
I destroy the world and create it anew.